Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Before I could start today's story, I would just like to tell you most common reasons for road accidents. Now, as you know, the number of people killed per day all over the world had been increasing every year, with the number of deaths reaching alarming levels. Governments have to impose laws and fines to curb this trend. However, I would like to discuss the reasons, the major reasons all over the world. Of course, crossing the speed limit, drunk driving, not following the rules or regulations on being on road and ignoring, actually, don't obey the rules and regulations on road. Now, and also driving ahead despite of the red light, driving on the opposite side on a road one way. I mean, I wouldn't believe that, but I have seen by myself. So yes, there should be awareness that it's not a joke. And the condition of the road sometimes multitasking while driving a vehicle, which is, of course, I would say the concentration of the drivers on mobile phones and or listening to the music on their headphones. And I think mostly again, when we see people actually bumping into a pole or buildings or houses, is that they are busy in the mobile phone. So this is something very difficult to understand what is going on in their minds when they are on the road status. So, and the other small reasons, which is it could be an animal-based thing. Anyways, why am I discussing this? Because sometimes it gets disgusting enough when we see people driving recklessly on the road, because it is about if you don't care and if there's no one worries about you, there are other people whose life does matter. Anyways, so we'll start with a story, and today's story is: in the beginning of 2019, a very strange incident took place in the Sultanate of Oman, precisely in the Governorate of south of Batine. Here someone reported an accident to the emergency services on phone that a woman ran over a boy who was of 12 years. He was riding a bicycle. The owner of the car, lady here, was crying and she was in panic and trauma for what she had done. She stood on the road on the street and people had gathered, and God bless his soul, the boy was dead. She was taken to the police station. The owner of the car did not notice the bicycle and ran over the boy. This is what she said. The police and the ambulance arrived and the body was taken to the forensic department and the vehicle was seized and confiscated for further examining. Originally, it was unintentional, but of course, I cannot describe what the family members were going through. They could have been extreme grief and loss. The woman, on the other hand, was sobbing and didn't stop. It was like a non-stop emotional intense state she was in. She was in deep regret. She was filled with remorse and shame. After she got hold on herself, the police could start the investigation, and the security man, while interrogation, made her understand that it was a traffic case. He started taking details and she answered, and he was surprised that she confessed that she was the one to hit the boy. She admitted, but she didn't notice or see it coming. The woman was still in a state of shock and she was unable to remember the details. Anyways, after the report from the forensic department, the reason of death was known. They handed the body to the family of the boy in the midst of sadness and pain. By now, everyone knew about the accident and they buried the body. Now back to the woman. The completion of the investigation in the police station was more shocking because the medical report had arrived and it stated, it was awestruck. There was no relation of the boy's body to the car, no relation whatsoever. They were 99% sure that this was not the car that hit the boy. Therefore, they had to go back to the woman, asking her if she was sure, but yet she was stuck to the statement that she has done it. They brought the witnesses and they said the same thing. They had seen the woman on the street and the body of the boy on the road when she got down and she was sobbing. So the car's bumper here had no traces whatsoever, even the slightest. The boy here was hit, but not by this specific car tire. The traces of the tire belonged to a bigger car, which could have been a pickup truck. Maybe. They wanted more witnesses and information. There was no surveillance camera on the street where the accident took place, but a similar street at the end of the road there was a camera. So they found out which cars, or whatever car, pickup trucks I would say, have passed by the similar road on the hour the accident took place. They found 4 to 5 trucks, and they summoned the owners of these trucks. These trucks did pass by at the same time the accident took place, before or after, I would say. They did interrogate with the owners, but one of the owners of a pickup truck, they tried to find him, but they couldn't find him. And when they did find him, they had a doubt of why he was trying to escape and didn't respond to the police. So they went on and they arrested him. He immediately confessed that he was the one who had hit the boy. He did hit the boy, he confessed, and his conscience had tormented him, and he wanted to actually come by himself and confess, but he didn't. Now, definitely the woman here was behind him, and when the car of the woman was behind the truck of the man, the pickup truck, and when the truck left immediately, she was surprised, and she went hysterical. That was what she had been doing, and that is the reason she had been saying yes or confessing to whatever they said. She had no relation whatsoever. The man was the one who had hit the boy and left. Sometimes confessions can implicate you, therefore take help in any situation, like a lawyer, someone who can give you a better idea of situations like these. If you're guilty, of course, that wouldn't help, but if you think or not, if you're not sure of what is happening, do get advice, special advice from specialists in these fields. I would like to end this story with a quote. Confession is an act of honesty and courage, an act of entrusting ourselves beyond sin to the mercy of a loving and forgiving God. Now, before I could end, I would like to thank lots of YouTubers out there and people out there who are so creative, and they actually encourage me to try new things. Some are relaxing and some are really complicated, and I would actually leave it for the professionals or for the artists themselves. But there are things which I love trying, and I will be trying furthermore, and I enjoyed trying it. I cannot name the specific channels or the specific sites I have been through or I've been trying to get ideas from, because there are many, and I try to actually, for one specific thing, I like to take ideas from 2 to 3 channels. So again, my only reason to paint or to do artwork is the reason which I find it relaxing, and once I think I could actually polish my talent, and maybe someday I would also be guiding throughout the videos how to do it. But for now, it's just the reason of enjoying art more than actually guiding people on how to do it. So thank you for listening. Please do not forget to subscribe.